Welcome back to another episode of the Driving for Dollars Mastery Show. And on today's show, I'm going to be talking about something that is very, very important. It is one of the top questions that I get from my audience through all of my social media platforms, whether it's TikTok, podcast, YouTube, or if I go and present anywhere with a different audience. And the question that I get, it's kind of a variation of questions, but they're all asking the same thing. They ask something to the effect of, how many Driving for Dollars addresses do I need to add to my list to do a deal? Or how many times do I need to call before I find a seller? Or how many till I'm successful? That's the question. And there's a major problem to this question. And if you're asking this question, I'm really worried about your mindset and your long-term ability to be successful in this business. So if you've thought of this question, if you've had this question, I'm going to address it on today's show, and I'm going to tell you the answer, but I'm also going to talk to you about the problem with asking this question. So you might be curious, and you should be, so let's dive in. So let's just get right into the answer to the question. How many Driving for Dollars addresses or whatever is it going to take to be successful? Well, the answer is very complicated because that will vary drastically. It's going to vary depending on where you live. It'll vary on the cost of the houses that you're marketing to. For example, one house that's fixed up is worth $700,000. You're gonna have to add more houses in that area to do a deal. Why? Because the cost per deal is going to be higher, because the average deal size is going to be higher. My rule of thumb is 10% of whatever the house is worth fixed up should be the goal of how much you're going to assign the contract for. If you're going to flip it, should be double that, 20%. So the question then is, okay, if I have houses that are worth $500,000 in my market, my average wholesale fee should be $50,000. You should shoot for 25 to 20% or even lower of that total profit should go towards marketing. So if you make $50,000 per deal, well, 10% of that is $5,000, 20% is $10,000. So you're going to be spending anywhere between $5,000 and $10,000 on marketing to find a deal. So where do you spend that money? You spend that money on adding the addresses and getting data, buying phone numbers, using the Deal Machine app. You then have to pay cold callers to call, or sending postcards, or the texting platform. And so it's going to cost you money to get a deal. But if you're in a market where your houses are worth $100,000 fixed up, your average deal size is $10,000, the cost to do the deal is going to be anywhere between $1,000 and $2,000. So you're going to have to spend way less, add way less properties, do way less marketing to find a seller. So I can't tell you the exact amount that it's going to cost you. So if you want to know my numbers, that is completely irrelevant because you're not doing my exact same business. On top of that, your ability to negotiate with the sellers is going to vary. If you've never done sales and you're not good at it, you're going to struggle. That's going to be something you'll have to learn, and you're going to have to make mistakes before you're good. So there's so many variables that are going to change your success. The reason, and that brings me to the next point of this show. Why is asking that question a problem? Because the reason it is a problem is because of this. When people come to me and say, Zach, how much work do I have to do before I'm successful? They're more worried about the success and not necessarily learning and going through the experience. Your mindset should be, I'm going to be a real estate investor and I don't care how long it takes me. I don't care how much I have to spend. I don't care what I have to do. I will be successful. Don't worry for now how long, how many, how hard it's going to be. Because if you really want it, you will continue to do it until you are successful. And you might say, well, what if I'm not successful? Well, you won't be successful because you will give up. That is the only way you will fail. But I promise you, I am no one special. I promise you, if I could do this, if I could go from a window cleaner that knew absolutely nothing about this stuff to where I am today in just a handful of years, you guys can do this, right? Like, I really do not think I'm the smartest guy in the room often. I really am not. I did not test well in school. I got like an 18 out of a 30 on the ACT, and I couldn't go to, any good schools. I don't come from money. I don't come from wealthy people. I'm not the greatest, right? And if you look around you at all the other investors around you, they may be polished and they may be really smart and really know their stuff now, but it happened over time, over consistency. So many people get what's called analysis paralysis. What that means is they want to research and know every potential scenario before they ever take action. Your focus should be this. Your focus should be finding sellers. Your focus should be doing driving for dollars. Go download the Deal Machine app right now if you have not done so. Use the discount code PIN, P-I-N. Get that discount code and go add 100 properties to your marketing list and start reaching out. When you start talking to sellers, you're going to realize you don't know what to say to them. Then learn that. When you kind of know what to say to them and you find someone that does want to sell and you don't know what to say when they do want to sell, then go from there. It's what's most important is you're making progress and not perfection. 100% something that will speed up your process and something that really sped up my process is a mentor. So you might hear me say that and go, well, you're a mentor, Zach. The reason you hire a mentor is you will speed up the time it takes to learn all those things. You could go do it right now. You can watch my podcast, my YouTube channel, and learn everything you need to know, or you can hire a mentor and speed up the process and avoid a lot of the mistakes. When you have a seller that wants to sell, you can call that mentor and say, hey, I have a lead. This is what they said. What do I do? How do I say it? How do I turn it into money? Once you do have the contract, you call the mentor. What do I do with this contract? How do I make money with it? What do I do? What are my steps? How do I turn this into $20,000? That is very powerful. So get a mentor. When you go to look for a mentor, I'm not just saying sign up for my mentorship program. When you go to look for a mentor, use this filter, please. This is what I use. I hire mentors. This is the filter I use. First, I look at, are they consistently doing what I want to accomplish? Are they doing the business that I want to build? So for example, if you want to do multifamily, giant apartment complexes, I'm not your guy. That's not what I do in my normal core business, right? I do real estate wholesaling. I find deeply discounted deals through driving for dollars. Right? So if you've never done a deal, if you're wanting to do wholesaling and find deals to drive for dollars, that's my specialty. That would qualify me for that first one. The next thing is that coach, that mentor consistently getting results for other people. It's one thing to be really good at what they do, and it's another thing to have the heart of a teacher and the desire and the ability to teach clearly and know exactly what those students need to be successful. And third, is that coach going to be someone you like and you trust? Are you comfortable that with being able to sit down and have a cup of coffee with this person, right? You do not want to hire a coach you don't get good vibes from, because you don't ever want to be asked to do anything outside of your moral compass, okay? So those are the three things you look for. Are they doing the business? Are they really helping other people be successful? And do you like and trust that person? So use that filter. If I meet that filter, great. Go book a call, learn about my coaching program, and see if it's something you want to be a part of. Go to dfdmastery.com/get started. It'll also be linked in the show notes. Book a call. We'll talk to you about the program. No obligation. You can learn about it. Okay? But if I'm not that person, if I don't fit that, go find a mentor that does. Go find a mentor that can help you and help you be successful. It's what I did. It's what's taken me from a broke window cleaner. It gave me the action steps. In a handful of years, it's completely changed my life. I will be forever grateful for my first mentor and all of my mentors afterwards. Everyone, that is my suggestion. So to recap, it's so important to understand that asking how soon can I be successful, you're really just asking, how hard is this really going to be? Do I really want to do this? If I'm not successful by XYZ, I'm going to stop. Is this really legitimate? You're questioning, is this going to be successful? Instead of just doing the work and saying, what am I supposed to be working on? And then once you're doing it, how can I improve upon this to get better results? That should be your mindset and your focus. And the other thing is, it's really hard to answer that question, how many to be successful, my average deal size, all those things are going to vary, like I mentioned before. Everyone, thank you so much for being with us, and we will see you in the next episode.